Back in 2011, LEGO released what was then an epic set, Diagon Alley, featuring Ollivanders, Borgin & Burkes, and yes, Gringotts Bank. In the 20-plus years LEGO has been making Harry Potter sets, the only one dedicated to the Wizarding Bank was, well, this. But that's no longer the case, as coming September 1st, we're getting a massive 4,803-piece monument to this iconic Harry Potter location. Does the reality of this set match its gargantuan expectations? In this video, I'm diving deep into the building techniques, pieces, and overall appeal of this set, and at the end, I'll tell you whether I think this is an instant classic worth the $430 price tag. There are three main build components to this set: the dragon, the street level area, and the vaults. It's important to keep scale in mind when analyzing this set, as it fits with the 5,000 plus piece Diagon Alley set that is currently available at LEGO stores and LEGO.com. As tempting as it might be to wish the bank was bigger, more detailed, or fully enclosed, remember that was not the goal of this set. So we'll start off by talking about the Ukrainian Iron Belly dragon, which is important for LEGO to include given the importance of the dragon in the storyline in the Deathly Hallows. And this is largely, although not exclusively, a Deathly Hallows set. The dragon features a new head print, fabric wings, and at least 15 ball joints. Now, I'm not blown away by the design, although that's largely because of its scale. I think a larger dragon would look better or be a better build, but would add to the cost, and to be true to the source material, it has to fit on top of the main bank section without being too big. That said, there are some interesting pieces in the dragon section of the set. We're getting this new claw piece in tan for the first time, the ice cream cone in white for the first time since 2017, and the ball joint socket with straight fork piece in white for the first time ever. Next, there's the vault section, which contains Harry's parents' vault, as well as the Lestrange family vault that contains the Cup of Pufflepuff. To travel to the vaults, you get a minecart that fits a couple of minifigs and zooms across the descending 90-degree curved coaster track piece. Now, it looks like this piece could be in pearl dark gray, I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the color, it's new in this color, as the piece has only so far appeared in bright light orange in last year's Loop coaster set. The coaster car comes in reddish brown for just the second time ever, and first time since a 2020 Mario set. Honestly, the vault section may be the most impressive and interesting build due to all the snot work and the need to make it look good in all 360 degrees. The arches above the vault doors look nice, the different slopes and rock pieces are effective, the minecart stop mechanisms are well done, and the waterfall is a nice touch, even if I think it's a bit clunky in execution, as it probably should dump out over the mine tracks. The challenge with the vault section, of course, is that you want it to look good from all angles and still provide meaningful display value while providing the requisite structural support for the bank. And to those ends, I think the designers were successful. Finally, there's the street level section, which is by far my favorite one because I love large buildings. The footprint is a 32 by 32 base plate, which is the same as a modular building in case you were looking for some context regarding depth and width of the set. There are some Technic bricks placed in various spots around the edges that allow you to connect other Diagon Alley buildings in a couple different arrangements. That it's built on a base plate is important because it needs to be compatible with Diagon Alley, but this has a potentially problematic consequence that I'll address later on. On the right of this section, you have a wall with a doorway that is similar to the Gringotts exterior. The main building technique is 1x snot bricks with tiles. The arch makes use of jumper plates to achieve an offset that adds depth and more texture to the wall. The pile of cauldrons next to the arch is charming and befitting of its content. To the left, you get a small build of the Magical Menagerie, which has a nice whimsical look to it and will add another shop to your Diagon Alley display. The building techniques used for this look to be pretty straightforward, but I still like the archway between the Menagerie and Gringotts, as it provides a suitable alleyway feel to the set. I'm also pleased to see windows in both dark red and sand green, especially since the only other set with 1x2x2 windows in sand green is the Botanical Gardens. The outside of this section and the back walls are littered with advertisements, similar to those found in the Diagon Alley set. Most, if not all of them, appear to be stickered. The main Gringotts exterior is very, very well designed. The entrance has the crooked columns on the first and third levels, as we would expect, and these are achieved by using the 1x1 round plate with a bar and the tall, round columns. It's not a super creative technique, but it is effective and it works well given the scale. That there are 4 columns on each level is a huge improvement over the 2011 Gringotts. Another nice component is the equally crooked window on the third level, which might be achieved by using a Technic pin and modified plate. Speaking of modified plates, the Gringotts walls are wonderfully angled. Modified plates and brackets are used to accomplish this, along with the 2x1 slope 45 piece with a cutout. The look is similar to the corner of the Sanctum Sanctorum, albeit with more complicated building techniques. Each side of the bank, the third level on the left and the second on the right, has a protruding curved window, each of which makes use of a curtain window insert that I can't tell if it's stickered or printed, so let me know in the comments below what you're seeing. Regardless, the windows are an excellent detail to include and make the building much more interesting. The Gringotts interior is small, but again, effective. Looking at the overall footprint, the deepest corner gives you 24 studs on the interior, but with columns, furniture, the entrance, you really only have an 8x8 section with which to replicate the movie scenes. Again, this is dictated by the building's scale, but you're going to have a hard time fitting all of the key minifigs in the bank. Speaking of the interior, it's a wonderful combination of white, gold, and dark tan. We get some stained glass window stickers and these great trans clear 4x4 dome pieces. And while the domes aren't a brand new piece, they look fantastic and I would appreciate them being in my collection. We also get some brand new printed 2x2 galleons, which look incredible. Above the main level of the bank is another level with a desk, skylight, treasure chest, and gold. And above that is the dome on which the dragon sits upon being freed by Harry, Ron, and Hermione's vault antics. The main part is suitably plain, although the top features some nice inverted dishes that provide architectural detailing. Then there's the minifigs. You get 13 of them, spanning the first and 7th books of the Harry Potter series. You get Hagrid and 11-year-old Harry, 17-year-old Harry, a Ron and Hermione hair and face to go with their disguises from the Gringotts break-in, 5 goblins including Griphook, a Death Eater, and 2 police officers. This is a great selection overall, and as far as I can tell, only contains a few repeat minifigs. Now, when looking and analyzing the sets, I want to ask myself, is there anything that disappoints me or gives me pause in purchasing this set, other than, of course, the $430 price tag? The first problem that arises is the stickers. There's just something a bit off-putting for many people when you spend over $400 on a premium Lego set and then have to apply stickers. Now, there are times when I'm okay with stickers, but what really bothers me for this set is that you have to apply some stickers over curved pieces. That is not easy to do, and if you don't get it right on the first try, you can end up creasing the sticker when you remove it and try to reapply it. In this set, you have to apply the sign for Gringotts over curved bow slopes. And this sign is really bad. The gap between the 2 T's is so big, it looks like there are 3 words to the name of the bank. There's also this ad for multiplying your fortune that's part of the Magical Menagerie building that has to be affixed to a half-cylinder piece. Fortunately, in this context, the dark tan double curved pieces with the cracked plaster look in the interior appear to be printed. Another potential drawback is the lack of stability. As mentioned earlier in the video, the bank is built on a 32 by 32 base plate, which allows for the Diagon Alley set to be compatible with this and makes it easily removed from the vault section so that you can customize your display. However, it is not fastened to anything as it simply rests on 4 2x2 corner panels. The bottom line is you'll want to be careful when transporting this set, and you should probably just remove the street level section prior to moving it around. A final disappointment that I'm currently grappling with is the inclusion of the vault section. I've been critical of LEGO in the past for including non-essential add-ons to sets that jack up the price. For instance, last year, I was disappointed with how many pieces it took to build the train track in the Hogwarts Express. It's hard to tell in this set just how many pieces are used in the vault section, but it's a lot. And I think the vaults are more important to include in this set than the train tracks in the Hogwarts Express, but part of me wonders if they could have just left them out and sold the bank and dragon for a much lower price. After all, if you're like me and you have Diagon Alley, you're most likely going to just display half of the set and put the vaults somewhere out of the way. And even if you just have Gringotts, you could display Gringotts. It'd be immediately recognizable and would still look impressive even at the same scale of the Diagon Alley sets. So, I don't know. Like I said, the vault might just be the most interesting build of the set, but part of me, especially my budget, wishes it wasn't included. Overall, in this set, you get an iconic Harry Potter location, one that fans have been asking for over a decade. The set's size, the building techniques, and minifig selection are becoming of an 18+ targeted set, and the price is fair given the amount of pieces and minifigs you get. Of course, the large caveat is general affordability, assuming you have over $400 to spend on a LEGO set. Given these factors, I think the set will eventually be a classic. If you're a Harry Potter fan, this is a great option for you. If you own Diagon Alley, this will pair perfectly with it. If you like large buildings, you'll probably enjoy this set. However, if you have $400 plus to spend on one LEGO set, I gotta tell you, I own the large Diagon Alley set, and I think that might be the better option. So are you planning on buying this on day one or sometime in the future? Am I off base by tentatively preferring Diagon Alley over this set? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, before you head out, check out my analysis of a set that I don't think will be nearly as successful as this one. Thanks for watching, and always remember to keep building together.